thank you for coming today. We are I Am Geek over here and Living with the Landspeeder, 2 podcasts. I Am Geek is, in a nutshell, we talk about all things geek, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, video games, everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Living with the Landspeeder is where we take Disney park attractions and we Star Warsify them. And that is what we are going to do today. I'm Ryan. This is my brother Chris. And our good pal Katrin.
The crowd goes wild.
Woo! And we are joined today by some friends. Skywalking Through Neverland. This is Richard and Sarah. This is You how long have you been podcasting?
Well, 10 and a half years now. Ooh. So it's been quite a while.
Yeah. We've been podcasting longer than they've been alive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do whatever I can to make them look up from their phones.
And you're just about
Not
to
gonna
hit
happen.
on YouTube, about to hit how many?
We're almost 9,000 on YouTube. But
Yes.
yeah.
We need 4 more subscribers on YouTube to hit 8,900.
Oh.
Yes. Skywalking Through Neverland. Please.
Yes, just search for that. You might get a free button at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, you will if you subscribe. Well, look at the kids right now. There's the
subscribing right now.
Oh, you
Do
too.
it. Thank you, Cinderella.
Aww.
Thank you very much. We appreciate
That
that.
got her to look up.
Don't talk to strangers.
So Skywalking Through Neverland, we also talk a lot of Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, and pop culture, and Disney parks, or theme parks in general, because we do live in Los Angeles, so we attend theme parks a lot, and it's really fun.
And very family friendly.
Family friendly,
Yes.
and we also do a lot of interviews for behind the scenes. We love behind the scenes of movies. We love behind the scenes of Imagineering, things like that. So.
And then talking to fans as well, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the fans. Can you imagine going to the MCU films and not having anyone in the audience? The fans is what get us there. The fans of Star Wars, fans of anything. So you guys all deserve a nice big round of applause.
And you've had lots of guests on from
Yeah.
all over the galaxy.
Yeah, we're the only podcast to ever have Gary Kurtz. He's the producer of Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. He would say no to everybody else, but since we got some mutual friends, he said, okay, I can give you some time. And we did that for, what's today's year?
2024.
2024. Okay, so what, it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years?
7?
8, 9.
What?
7 years ago, this week we had Gary Kurtz on, who was the producer of Star Wars, and we wanted him on this week because this is the 47th anniversary of Star Wars today. And we wanted him on the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. 7 years ago we had him on, and sadly, a little time after he passed away, so we're very happy we got a chance to talk to him, because to talk to someone you've always looked up to, someone you've always admired and were inspired by, and now they're talking to you, I combusted like 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
My head would just go boom.
That's so cool.
And to have a
Mind-blown.
chance to talk to him on the show is just incredible.
Yeah,
Power of podcasting.
we had James Arnold Taylor on once.
Oh, nice.
I was sitting there the whole time like, yes, Obi-Wan, yes. What did you say?
Did he go into all his 200 voices?
Oh, he did a bunch.
Yeah, we were amazed because we didn't know some of the voices that he does, like on Pirates of the Caribbean. He does the
What's the
the
skull?
skull that when
Oh,
you go
wow.
down the waterfall. Get ready to.
In
Yeah.
Disney World, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did he Star Warsify an attraction?
He did.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was
That's
really cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
But you're also authors?
Yes, we are authors. So Richard has been collecting dates ever since he was a little kid. And so the book series that we have is 40 years in the making. It's called Today in Star Wars History. And with that book, it's 2 books. So we go through each day of the year and something in real life history happened each day. Like either a person was born or a movie was released, like today. You have episodes released, Star Wars episodes on TV.
Yeah, that stuff you learned in school you'll never use, like algebra and you know, what chemistry, come on. But Star Wars history, that stuff you'll always use.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, yeah, they are available at our table, which is down by the podcasting stage.
Roll 3,200.
Yeah.
And just look for the very loud people. That'll be us. Then we said, okay, wait a minute, Lucasfilm, if you're not going to write this book here, Skywalking Through My Fandom, we're going to do it. And this will chronicle your fandom, because as you get older, you forget some things. So now you can write down where you saw Star Wars, who you saw them with, what convention you went to, what celebrity you spoke to, what locations you went to, so you can log your fandom of Star Wars. When you saw the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Ooh, who's seen that?
Oh, well.
Nice. Okay. Oh, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's all
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
There's different versions. What?
When the
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once you've seen
Back
it,
in
you
the day,
can't
you had to
unsee
get
it.
bootleg
It'll never
discs.
die. Lives on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, are we ready to start Star Warsifying stuff?
Wait, hold on one
Yes.
second.
Oh.
You subscribed, so here, this is what.
Oh, there we go.
That's
See,
for
you get buttons if you subscribe.
Thank you.
All right. So today, on our podcast, Living with the Landspeeder, for the most part, we've stuck with Disney World, right? For the most part, there was some an international episode, but we thought today we've got West Coast, we've got East Coast, so we're doing a little bit of both, I believe.
Yeah.
We kept it all a secret. Nobody knows which attraction is picked. We do know that none of us has picked the same attraction somehow, but
Hopeful.
hopefully. So what we're going to do, one at a time, we're going to take you on a journey. All right?
I don't have any music for that.
We don't have any music. We'll put that in post. We'll take you on a journey through the Disney parks, one attraction at a time, but we're not going to just level it, but we're going to retheme it. We're going to Star Warsify it. I mean, if you guys want to bring in a bulldozer,
You can. Yeah, we
we're
don't
not
typically
stopping you,
bulldoze.
but we typically don't. We take the
Yeah.
bones and we make it better.
I mean, the
You must
Imagineers have done a lot of work already, so you might as well just build
Yeah.
on
Just
top
build
of
on
that.
that.
If you're gonna do that, you must bring your own permits, okay? Kids, bring your own permits, okay? And insurance.
Yeah, they got it.
Thank
They got
you.
it. Yeah.
Whatever,
They're
dude.
making notes.
So should I start?
Yes.
Just to
Yeah,
kick,
go-
kick
yeah.
it off. That way we know
Absolutely.
where we're going. Okay, so I thought, what attraction can I do? Because it has to be iconic, right? It has to be something that everyone's heard of.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to pick something random that most people don't know. So I thought I would pick the most infamous ride, the most terrifying ride of all the Disney parks, and that is It's a Small World. So if you have little ones, you might want to plug their ears, shield them from the terror, the sheer terror that is It's a Small World. Who has been on It's a Small World?
Well, okay, so I have a very, very important question. Which small world are you laying over?
Well-
The Walt Disney World version, which is kind of like just stuck in the middle somewhere, or the amazing Disneyland version, which has the huge, beautiful backdrop that was at the 1964
Yeah.
World's Fair?
I think what I'm doing will work in either one.
Okay.
But I've only been to Disneyland once.
Oh.
So I'm a Disney World guy, and I've been to the Disney World parks more times than
Okay.
you can count.
Well, as you take it through, maybe do you know what the backdrop looks like?
Yeah,
right?
I know what it looks like.
Okay, so Star Warsify that after you've gone through
All right,
your
I already
attraction.
know what it would be.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so wait, all my notes, they closed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we all love It's a Small World, whether we want to admit it or not. So I thought, okay, what in Star Wars is terrifying but cute?
Ewoks.
You got it.
Yup,
Ewoks.
Yup, no.
And I thought, It's a Small World song is so iconic. What Star Wars song is so iconic?
Yup, no.
Yup, no. Everyone, you know the words. Komi, komikichi, alupna, he, who, ha. One day I skipped school to write all those words down.
Wow.
Kids stay in school.
It was the most depressing day when they re-released the movies, and I watched, and I'm like, Yub Nub's coming up.
Nope.
No, yup,
No
no.
Yub Nub.
Yeah.
It's a yub no.
And then you sing it today, and people are like, what is this song you're singing? And you're like, well, it's the best. So this is the song that we'll be playing. No, It's a Small World. We're going to have Yub Nub playing the whole time. Okay.
Comparable.
So you're still going to be in a boat because it's iconic. So you're going to be in a boat. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read from my notes. The boat ride begins with Wicked, the Ewok, beckoning your boat to follow him into a mysterious tunnel. As you come to the other side, you begin to hear the joyous Yub Nub song, and visually you have been transported to what looks like the forest moon of Endor. You see Ewoks dancing and singing. There are Ewoks on gliders above you, flying over. As you move to the next room, you begin to see other creatures from across the galaxy. You've got porgs, you've got crystal foxes, you've got monkey lizards, even tauntauns are riding through. And then the room starts to get darker. And the Yub Nub song starts slowing down into a more eerie Yub Nub song.
Oh, you got us. You got us. Bring us home.
In the darkness, you can see glowing eyes staring at you through the trees and the bushes. You see stormtrooper armor thrown about on the forest floor and what looks to be a crashed boat, just like the one you in off to the side. Over the music, you hear the sound of an Ewok battle horn. In front of the boat, you see a giant net beginning to lower in front of you. Your boat narrowly escapes the net when you hear the sounds of arrows soaring through the air across from you. Ahead of you looks like to be a way out, and you hear the battle horn one more time as you escape through the dark tunnel. On the other side, everything is back to being bright and happy with the joyous sound of Yub Nub being sung and Wicket welcoming you back. But you will never forget the real terrors that experienced on It's a Small Galaxy, after all, as you exit the attraction. There you go. That's how I Star Warsified.
Yeah.
And there will be
Small
an
world.
Ewok restaurant outside where you can eat human.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Out of a stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they are cannibals.
I mean, you already can get the salvaged stormtrooper helmet as a popcorn
You might as
bucket.
well put some like
At
pot roast in it or
Disneyland.
something.
And if you want to go vegan, there's clone
Oh,
humor
that makes sense.
as well.
All right. Yeah.
So there goes. What do you guys think? Would
Nice.
you rather ride that version of It's a Small World?
I think so,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, a little scary. That's true. That's true.
And
But
if you want to see this come true, please give us your credit cards,
yeah.
and we're gonna start a GoFundMe
We're gonna make it
page.
happen.
'Cause we want to see this.
Yeah. So who wants to go next?
So, ladies next.
Ladies next,
Ladies
okay.
next.
All right. All right, so we are going to take it to the West Coast,
Woo! West Coast. Woo!
California.
and we're going to head over to DCA, Disney California Adventure, to one of the premium e-ticket rides, which is Radiator Springs Racers in DCA. Okay, so if you know this, who knows this ride?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. So you know that it's like a Cars Land ride. It's set in Cars Land. You're like in the desert, and part of the ride is basically, well, you know what? I'm going to read what the Disney website says about this ride. Actually, I have Star Wars-defied that to be Boonta Eve Pod Racers. All right?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so kick the fun into overdrive as you buckle in for a pod race featuring familiar Star Wars characters, fantastic Tatooine scenery, and racing thrills.
This is what I mean. The fans have the best stuff ever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Case in point.
All right, so the original Radiator Springs Racers, it begins with a lovely sunset ride through a picturesque Ornament Valley and then turns into a dark ride where you then head into Radiator Springs. You meet all the familiar characters like Tow Mater, and after that it's time for the big race. And you meet up with another car, and then the two cars head back outside and go on a high-speed race through the cliffs and canyons. So already you can see how this could be a pod race. So this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You'll board a specialized pod racer built to accommodate 6 passengers. So there's 6 of you, and in front of you is like the pod racer
Big
little
engines.
up on top. And each of them will have a different sound, because that's the fun part, like the boom, 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 boom,
Yes.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah, thank you. All right, so you get in, and first the track, you're gonna start slow. It'll take you through the Tatooine Dunes, where you're going slowly, you're looking around, and you will glimpse a moisture farm in the distance, which could perhaps be Luke's moisture farm, right?
Gonna visit some Tatooine in there.
Just in the distance. And now, before heading into town, you'll also see a Naboo Royal Starship parked on the sand. Oh, and you might also see some spy droids. What are those called?
Spy droids.
Spy droids. Yeah. Who might or might not have been dispatched by Darth Maul. All right,
Nice.
Then after you've been outside, you head into the dark ride portion of the ride, in which you visit Mos Espa. So you're going to see a lot of aliens along the route. You're going to go into the streets of Mos Espa, where you're going to see those different shops. And you'll see the meat shop where there's hanging meat drying, and you'll see Jar Jar try to take a piece of meat. He'll be coming out. And then you're going to go driving along, and you'll run into some Eopie out in the fields.
No, don't go there. Don't go.
And
What do they do?
it's going to take the place of the scene in Radiator Springs where the tractors turn over and emit exhaust, and you get that sound. The Eopie.
No!
Will do that sound. I'm sorry.
You're
it's
done.
For the
You're
kids.
done. You're done. You're done.
It's for the kids.
There'll be no flatulence speak here, okay?
All right. Now
You don't
you're
know us very well, then.
in the dark ride portion. You're going to head into Watto's junk shop, where you're going to pick up some spare parts to complete your pod racer for the race. And from there, you'll exit the Watto's junk shop, and then you'll head to the racing grounds entrance. So the big, what is that? The stadium. You're going to head into the stadium, where you're joined by the other pod racer that you meet. So the two pod racers are there at the same time, and then off you go. You're booted outside. You are in a race, and it's really cool because you can take the same track that they did for Radiator Springs Racers, where you rush down, and then there's a point where you're on a curve, like a big curve. You're going like super fast, and at that point, a Tusken Raider will try to shoot your pod racer. It's gonna be amazing. And then finally, you get to the end. You're at the end. You're at the finish line, and whoever wins, they're obligated to shout, "Yippee!"
This is Wizard!
So wizard.
And there you
all,
are.
All passengers must sign waivers?
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't want to do that paperwork. The Tusken Raiders are blasting at you. Some of you might not come back.
So there you are, the Ubuntu Eve pod racers.
Nice.
The merch would be great. You'd have like this is pod racing T-shirts.
Now this is.
So fun. And
Yes.
yeah, if you pay extra, you get to wear a helmet, right?
And
The
those
pod race helmet.
goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
You can have like a Christmas overlay with like the scooter gang from
From Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the pod racers are wearing their red Wookiee snuggies. See, look at Disney. Someone get Disney on the line here. You're leaving money on the table.
Yep. Very nice. Love
Yes,
it.
very
Love
good.
it. All right. We going back to the East Coast over here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Chris is really excited.
I am pumped.
Are you ready?
I am ready. So I went a little different.
Oh,
I went a little rogue.
a little rogue.
I went so not from X-Men. No, so I'm going into Epcot, and I'm going to Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, and with Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, when you think MCU, they're funny, they're cool, they're great. So I mean, if you're going along those lines, then I got to go Spaceballs.
Spaceballs?
Whoa.
What's happening? You're going outside of the box.
I'm going way outside the box.
Does Mel Brooks know about this?
Oh yeah, I got his permission. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah. So I mean, of course, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. What are you going to call the ride? But Spaceballs the ride.
Nice.
Of course.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
Has everybody seen Spaceballs?
Oh, yeah.
Or her hand is
yeah.
raised right
Oh, you need to go see Spaceballs. Oh, go see Spaceballs.
It's okay.
It's fine, but go watch it. So basically, welcome to Spaceball City on Spaceball. Enter the capital and learn about the glory that Planet Spaceball and President Scroob has brought to the galaxy. Enter the Dome, sponsored by Perrier. Why need air when you have Perrier? Providing you with Reliant Air to sustain your life and keep you cool from that Florida heat and keep you from that horrible tourist stink. The atrium shows you all the fantastic things President Scroob has provided to Planet Spaceball. Entertainment from your famous circus freaks. State-of-the-art VHS tapes that can show you the future. And teleportation devices that may or may not put your head on backwards. But don't worry, Scotty can fix you. Now, file yourself into the one-of-a-kind full-room teleportation theater. Please stand not too close to each other, as body parts may be swapped on teleportation. Commander Zircon comes on the screen to explain the teleportation that will bring you onto Spaceball 1 for your Spaceball exploration tour and introduce you to President Scrooge himself and the infamous, which means more than famous. So, I mean, that's if you're not just famous, you're infamous. Dark Helmet. And Colonel Sanders is there. He's ready to receive you. And the lights go out, and you're instantly teleported to Spaceball 1 as the environment changes around you from the theater to the ship. Now make your way to your Spaceball exploration vehicles, although they look a little bit like escape pods. I don't know. But wait, what's this? The screens? They've been jammed. Oh, no. Raspberry. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes,
Sexy Lone Star.
Yeah, intruders have come to take back the kidnapped, guest, that's totally there because she wants to be, Princess Vespa. So change of plans, take your exploration vehicles and chase down Lone Star and his co-pilot Barf. Only to catch up to them, you gotta go plaid. Now you're racing through space, chasing Lone Star ship Eagle 5 as he leaves you in space dust. But what's this Spaceball 1? It's transforming into Mega Maid.
Oh.
It's gonna suck the air from planet Duridia as you fly around it. But what's that you hear? There's a voice. Yogurt? Lone Star, use the swords. What Mega Maid just went from suck to blow. Spaceball 1 is set to self-destruct so quickly you have to make your way back to the ship so your escape pods, exploration vehicles, can be used by the bearded lady. And that's the ride. But as you exit, you feel free to enjoy Spaceballs, the gift shop.
The gift shop, yes.
Yes, merchandising, where the real money from the theme park is made. Spaceballs, a t-shirt. Spaceballs, the coloring book. Spaceballs, a lunchbox. Spaceballs, a breakfast cereal. And of course, Spaceballs, a flamethrower. And for the little ones, Spaceballs, a doll, a little yogurt. Yeah.
And toilet paper?
Oh, yeah, toilet paper as well, yes, of course.
I have a very important question
Yeah.
with the ride because Cosmic Rewind, the music is a huge part of it, and you have 6 tracks that you could possibly get. Do you have something comparable here? Spaceballs, the ride.
Well, I mean, there's always not Yub Nub, but the deet.
Oh yes, the dinks. Are they the dinks?
Yeah, the dinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all various forms of the dink song.
Okay.
Various forms.
Yeah,
Which ones are you gonna get?
Yeah, you got the rock and roll, and it's like dink, dink, dink. You got that going on. You got the country with dink, 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 dink. You got that going.
I
it's
like it.
Various things.
Now, in this gift shop, will they also sell copies of Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein?
Oh, well, yes, of course. You got to have those. You gotta
Okay,
have the
I'm just
classics.
asking.
Whatever makes money.
I'm invested in this.
I think so.
So I want the whole picture.
Nice.
When I woke up this morning, I did not think that I would encounter Spaceballs today. But
It sneaks up on you.
it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Oh, you're welcome.
And now we can say that John Candy has been part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
We love it. Woo!
Cool.
Nice
Good job.
one.
There you go.
All right, we're going back to the West Coast.
We got going back to the West Coast, back to Disney's California Adventure. Now, has anyone here ever been on Soarin'? Soarin' around the world, soaring over California. This is our favorite. Oh, you over. Look, I got a reaction from her.
Nice.
All right, so far, check on my part. This is a flight motion simulator that can be found also at Epcot,
Yes.
also in Tokyo and other Disney parks. And it takes you flying around the world as the screen moves, the seat moves, and the best part about this is the smell-o-vision. So when you fly over those orange groves, you smell oranges. When you fly over the pine,
forest.
the pine forest,
Yeah.
you smell the forest. And after that, 7 or 8 minutes, you don't want to go home because this is so relaxing. This is why this is one of our best parts of the park ever. But they changed it to soaring over the world, where you get to fly over the desert, so you get to smell sand and dirt. Why we're doing this, I don't know.
You fly over elephants?
You fly over elephants, you smell something like an Ayopi. Now, with my version, it's soaring around the galaxy.
Nice.
Yes. All right, now we're in Soarin'. It cuts from location to location. You're in China, you're in Anaheim, you're in Cincinnati. It cuts. But with this, to keep it Star Wars, you're flying through the world between worlds. Between locations.
There we go.
And why is that? So all the canonists, like, no, that doesn't happen. No, we can't do that. So take that, canonists. Yeah. Here, we can go to Alderaan. Yeah, we can. I don't want to hear that it blew up. I don't want to hear you can't land on Alderaan anymore, because now you can. All right, now from here, we take off from Docking Bay 94, where we leave back the deserts of Tatooine. Why do we leave back the deserts of Tatooine? Because that sand, it gets everywhere. All right? Now, from there, we go over Naboo, and we watch the shocks play in the sound of music fields. Yes, we smell that grass, that fresh grass. You see a couple of lovers rolling in the fields there.
Oh.
I know. So there's some canon stuff in here, but we're just a fly on the wall. All right, now from there, don't get too comfortable, because now we're flying over Mustafar.
Oh.
Where you're gonna smell some sulfur, feel that lava, and you may see a couple of battles down there. You can yell down, "Take the high ground! Take the high ground!" It's because of you that Obi-Wan wins that battle. And then from there, we go through the world between worlds, and we go to Alderaan. And from there, we may even go to Hosnian Prime. Take the canonist. We can go anywhere we want on this ride. This is my ride. And from there, we may stop at Bespin, because we may need to refuel, get some Tabana gas.
What does that smell like?
It smells like vanilla.
Oh.
Yeah, it really does.
Nice.
So once again, take that, canonists. You look up, is that a Cloud City? Is that a guy hanging down there from a weather vane? Don't worry, sir. Your sister will come back and pick you up, okay?
Don't kiss her.
Yeah, we're not here to judge, okay? We're not here to judge. And then from there, we go to Dathomir, the home of the Night Sisters.
Oh.
And home of the rampaging Rancors.
Yes.
So now we're soaring with the Rancors. You can go side by side with the Rancors. Take
Do
it
they
all
smell
in.
like elephants,
I
though?
love it.
You know what? Actually, they smell like bunnies. Yeah, they do smell like bunnies. And they're as fluffy as bunnies, too.
Nice.
All right, then from there, we're going to head home. But first, we're going to go to Mortis.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, we're going to go to the spiritual planet of Mortis. And then if you want to continue on with your trip, you're going to face the brother.
Oh.
Yeah, that doesn't always end well. And now, I forgot to mention that everyone must sign a waiver for this, because some of you may or may not return, and thank you from the management. The end.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right. Another question, though. What is the music? Because Soarin', one of my favorite parts about that is the music that kind of takes you through everything.
Oh, it's the dink-dink music.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It fits.
That's what I heard in my head as I was coming up with this.
Yeah.
So it works, yeah, it works on all levels.
You're going to have the same actor, Patrick
Warburton.
do the intro.
Oh, of course.
You can't.
You can't not have
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Thank you, pal.
Yeah. Nice work. No. Nice work, pal.
Nice work, pal.
Does work well.
Yeah, unless you hear that, it's not Soarin'.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, I think we have
One more.
one more.
Woo!
Are you ready?
you
He told
ready?
me while he was a little nervous,
Oh.
but I know what he's doing because I cheated. It's going to be
Oh.
fantastic.
It'll be fantastic. Everybody know what the Carousel Progress is? You know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Miss
So
it.
if you're not
Classic.
familiar, it's a classic. It's from the World's Fair, actually, right? From a
Yep.
long time ago. And it talks about progress. So you get this guy, John, right, that tells about different parts of time and how things are progressing, right? So that's the same idea. We still have John. So there's the first act. And I'll get into character now.
And see.
And see. The year is 1982, and we've had 2 of these Star Wars movies. I'm not sure what to think of them yet. They sure are different than the movies we normally see at the theater. We just bought a new Atari 2600 and a new game called Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Boy, sure is nice to play video games at home and save my quarters. And the graphics on this thing are amazing. Sure is a step up from Pac-Man and Space Invaders. I get to maneuver a snow speeder like Luke Skywalker and blow up these big walker machines. I think they call them AT-ATs? Well, whatever they are, they sure are difficult to beat. Honey, you've been playing that thing for 30 minutes. Don't you think it's time to give it a rest? I want to go to the record store and pick up that new album from Michael Jackson. All my friends are just crazy about his new song, Thriller. I hear it's totally rad. Okay, dear, I'll save the galaxy later. I can't imagine what they'll think of next, but this thing is amazing. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Shining at the end of every day.
It's 1992 now. The United States just launched a space shuttle called Endeavour. I'll leave the spacewalking to astronauts while I play this Super Star Wars on my Super NES. This game is amazing. I'm Luke Skywalker reliving parts of the original Star Wars movie. The color and graphics are out of this world, and you get to use a lightsaber. Dad? Yes, James. I just rescued Han Solo. This game is just like the movie. James just got a new game on his Game Boy called the Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. It's so far advanced from the game I had on my Atari, but boy, it is fun. Dad? Yes, Sarah. I was supposed to be Sarah, but sound like the boy too. I want to turn on the Game Boy. I want to turn on the Game Boy too. James, share with your sister. Luke had Leia to help him, so you can let your sister take out a few stormtroopers too. But Dad, Dad me. You give your sister the Game Boy. Okay, whatever. Whatever. What does that even mean? All these kids say it, and I don't even know what they mean. Well, whatever comes next in Star Wars video games is surely going to be out of this world. It's a great,
Beautiful tomorrow.
Ding, ding.
Shining at the end of every day.
Act 3. The year is 2015. It's almost Christmas. We've had so many new Star Wars games and movies. There are even these prequel movies that took place before the first movie that came out in 1977. Crazy. They weren't the best movies, but at least they had new Star Wars movies. Tonight we're going to see a new one called The Force Awakens. The trailers look amazing, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I just hope they don't kill off any of the characters from the first movie. Then Uncle Orville.
Spoiler.
Yeah, sorry. Uncle Orville in the tub. Don't mess with the originals. Why does there have to be more movies? They should have stopped when Jar Jar Binks ruined that movie.
Oh,
People
boo.
pretty much
Boo this Uncle Orville. Let's get him.
People pretty much never go to an arcade anymore, and we're able to play with people all over the world. Video game consoles cost a fortune, but the graphics are pretty much like watching a movie. We're playing a shooter game called Star Wars Battlefront on my Xbox One, where you take part in these huge battles from all the different movies. You can even battle as heroes, which are the main characters from the movies like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. They're a little overpowered, or OP as the kids say, but it sure is a lot of fun to play. I hear they're making some advances in virtual reality. It's way too expensive for me, though. Can you imagine if they had a game where you could be a stormtrooper and shoot a blaster? That would be amazing. We can dream. It's a great,
Big, beautiful tomorrow.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, okay. Act 4, last one.
Last one.
Sometime in the future. Video games have changed so much over the last few decades. We've had a chance to fly X-Wings, blow up AT&T.
AT&T? Yeah.
AT&T, yeah.
Some of us may want to blow up AT&T.
AT-ATs, and even wield a lightsaber. But now we're able to do the most amazing things with a mixture of virtual reality and augmented reality. You just put on a portable headset without being wired to a computer and go on an adventure. They've created escape rooms and fully interactive battles where you get to be part of the action. In the old days of VR, you had to be in your house or at an arcade. But now they have these rooms and buildings that look like they came out of Star Wars. Once you put on your headset, you become a stormtrooper, rebel, Jedi, whatever you want, and live Star Wars with your friends and family. Everything around you is part of the story, and you can interact with anything you see. It's out of this world. James, in the virtual world, Dad, I found a Game Boy with that game I used to play. You can even control the Game Boy. What's next? Who knows? I just hope to be around to be part of it. There's a great big
Beautiful tomorrow.
Ding, 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 ding.
shining at the end. There we go. Thank you.
Amazing. It's like I was there.
It's like you were there. Yeah.
So I think what we've learned here, I don't know how much time. How much time do we have left? We have a few
2
minutes.
hours left.
2 hours left. Now, I think what we've learned here is Star Wars makes everything better.
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
Yeah, agree.
Before we do, any questions? Any?
Any rides you guys would like
Or
to see?
yeah,
yeah.
have you guys thought of any rides that you would Star Warsify?
Oh, I see a hand going up over here. Wait.
I don't even know what this.
You're here for the air
We're
conditioning.
glad you're here.
So we take Disney attractions and we make them Star Wars.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Harley Quinn's got something.
Yes.
The tiki room.
Okay.
But we take the Yup Yup song.
Yes.
Instead of the tiki.
The tiki room and the tiki.
Yubba
In the
nubba
yup
nubba
yup
nubba
yup
nub
yup
nub.
yup room. In the yup yup nub room.
Palace Palace would
I
be
want to
good
be
for
in the
that.
yup nub room.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. It's the Small World. You told me to re-theme the outside
Yes,
of the Disneyland
yes,
one.
Yes.
I think it would have to be the Ewok Village.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It'd be
Could
different,
it be lit up?
Oh.
but it could be all lit up.
And
Bright
like
Tree
flat,
Village.
Flat, bright tree
Yeah.
village. Kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cute. like in that-
Colorful.
My tiki room was gonna be like you're in the Ewok village. You got
Oh.
2 Ewoks.
Dong dong
I would-
dong dong.
I would do
dong,
that.
dong, dong, dong.
It's like you're in the Ewok village. That's the song instead of the tiki room. We get the Yup Yup song.
Yeah.
And we're cooking humans. I like the way you think.
And yeah, when you walk out of the tiki room, usually it's the tropical hideaway where you can get the
Dole Whips
Dole
and-
Whips. You could get.
Fried human.
You know,
Is that Harrison Ford on a spit?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it is. All right. So we like
C-3PO
that.
didn't come, so.
No,
yeah.
he's like,
no
I got no
C-3PO.
part of this.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have an idea? Did I see your hand raised?
Kids? Any ideas?
In the back.
Oh,
Tower of Terror, but you're being pulled by 2 Force users, one on top, one on
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, it's
Tower
like
of
Rey
Terror
and
being
Kylo
cool.
Ren
So
fighting
we have like
over
a
the
Sith.
Oh.
We have a Sith and a Jedi pulling back and forth, and then the Sith can use the lightning on you.
I love.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
We
yes.
saw this in The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that would
You know
be
you know what
awesome.
happened to that? Yeah, the insurance would be out of this world.
Once again,
I like
those,
that, though.
Those waivers. I
And
mean.
you
Yeah,
feel like
I know. It all
somehow-
comes down to insurance.
It like broke apart somehow, and half the people go up and half the people go down.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a twist.
Wait, which half of the person is going up?
Yes.
Yeah, they go spinning off in one direction. So it is like Indiana Jones, where every time it's something different, or Star Tours, every time it's something different. You could be on the light side or the dark side, spinning at different parts of Tower of Terror.
And the merchandise would be amazing.
Yeah. There we go. You know what? One ride, 2 different brands of merchandising.
You could have
Call Disney in the
Kyber
morning.
crystals from I Am Geek.
I love it.
So yeah, I think every episode we do a different attraction, and we focus one episode. Each episode is focused on one attraction. So the ideas that have come through have been amazing, and I can just see an Imagineer just sitting there listening. Yes, I like that idea. I'll write that down, and then one day everything's just going to be Star Wars.
In 10 years, this will happen.
Somebody had a cool idea, like when we get to a certain, we've already done it for a year, but if we did like an anniversary show and like start to build the parks together, take all of the rides that we thought were the best ones out of the episodes and put those together, like how would that look?
Yeah, like
Yeah, and
organize
then-
them in a land,
Right.
and
Yeah,
then
and get
have
an
like,
artist.
and get get concept art, and then have build your restaurants or your snack places or your
Yes.
little theme the land around your
Yeah,
attraction.
usually we do a attraction and then some kind of restaurant or snack booth to go with it on each episode.
Oh, there you
So-
We
go.
had one food cart that was somebody had death sticks, but they were like the
Mozzarella
fried
sticks.
cheese. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, when I was 11 years old, I went to Busch Gardens in Virginia, and I went home. It's like, there needs to be a Star Wars theme park. So I went home and I drew. I've got a huge sketch pad full of ideas and concepts of what I want my Star Wars theme park to look like. I should have brought it.
I did that for my house. I made like a Star Wars house that looked like the Millennium Falcon, and in the back of it was like this movie room that was like, it was awesome.
Oh, my front door had a Sarlacc pit. If I didn't want you there, see you in 1,000 years.
Nice.
All right, cool. I think we're
We're about at time.
out
Anybody
of
else?
time. Any other questions or attractions that you want to see Star Warsified? You could do it. I'll do it right off the top
Right
of my
off
head.
the top.
Favorite
Okay.
attraction? Anybody?
It's got a favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
like flying.
Yes.
Avatar?
Oh, Avatar.
That would be a good
Oh.
one.
Flight
Pandora.
of Passage.
What is that called?
Flight of Passage.
Flight of
Banshee,
Passage.
the Banshee, right?
Right. Well.
I had an idea for that.
Oh. Well. Okay. What about the
Yeah.
boga? The boga. You ride on a boga.
Yeah.
From
in
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That would be fun. I mean, I don't know if you really want to tour around. What's that planet? Geonosis. But might be interesting.
But you could be like in the middle of like Order 66.
Yeah. That would be cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was from the Clone Wars, the underwater world.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Down there, but then you have to rig it up to be like, because you're not riding on anything. You're going through the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
No, that would work actually.
I think it's like possible, but
I like it.
major edits.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, you're down there with the Kala and the Quarren.
Right.
They're both are fighting, and you're in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go somewhere with this. And once again, the insurance would be out of this world. But who cares? Hey, you know what?
We want the insurance to get more expensive each ride.
Yes.
Not sure it works that way because then we wouldn't have any rides. But you know what? Still, if you sign waivers, we don't need insurance, so we're all good.
All the waivers.
Yeah.
We did do Haunted Mansion on an episode, and I turned it. You can go back and listen. I won't do the whole thing, but I turned it into Count Dooku's castle,
Ooh, fun.
and he has all these Sith artifacts and stuff in it, and so it was pretty cool. But that was our Halloween episode last year.
Yeah,
I guess
with
so.
the Skeletons.
Yeah.
Or yeah, Force Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, the
And just-
three Force ghosts at the end.
Yeah.
A ghost will follow you home.
Yeah, you can go to
Yoda.
Malachor. The Sith just rise. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to see some of that there.
Cool. Well, where can people find you?
All right. Well,
forget?
you can find us skywalkingthrough.neverland.com. Also, we are on Instagram or all the other social medias at skywalkingpod. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel today and Instagram, you get a free button. Just come on
Button,
up
what?
after the show. It's got a cute little Grogu on it right here with a little Spider-Man hat and a little Skywalking Through Neverland 10th anniversary shirt on. Very cute.
And we are 2 away from 8,900.
Ooh.
We're 2 away.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Who will be those last? Yes.
Can I get one if I follow you on Apple Podcasts?
Well, and subscribe to YouTube.
You gotta do
Firm
it
hand
all.
on this.
He's
Firm hand.
negotiating.
Yes. And we are down on the show floor in row 3,200. That's where our table is.
By the podcast stage.
Yeah, so pick up your copy of Today in Star Wars History or Skywalking Through My Fandom.
And you can find us at I Am Geek Show on YouTube or I Am Geek, all in one word, like I Am Groot, or think of that, I Am Groot. Wherever you listen to podcasts, and then Living with the Landspeeder on YouTube, and Living with the Landspeeder wherever you listen to podcasts. And then follow on social media, it's I Am Geek Show and Living with the Landspeeder on all social medias, right? And we have stickers. And if you subscribe to their YouTube, we'll give you a sticker.
We'll give you one anyways.
You can subscribe to our YouTube because we have way less than them, and but we're working on it. Anyways, but thank you guys for coming out. Also, if you like kyber crystals, who likes kyber crystals?
Ooh.
Who likes Disney lightsabers?
Yeah.
I make kyber crystals that work in the Disney lightsabers, so you can look at I Am Geek Shop on Etsy. And you can see all these. I've got a bunch if you want to come look at them. Just look at them, they're fun. That they work in all the Disney lightsabers. So the Savi's Workshop lightsabers. But thank you guys for coming. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had fun. And message us,
Yeah.
comment on stuff. We love to hear from you guys. And thank you for being guests today.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. And once again, if you have any questions about W-2s or W-9s or 1099s,
Yeah.
you know where to go, okay? We won't answer them accurately, but we'll try.
But thank you. This has been I Am Geek. And I think our time is up.
All right, with that, Neverland on Alderaan.
Alderaan.
Thank you, Houston and Comicpalooza.
Thank you guys.
And thank you for all your insurance questions. Really appreciate that. You must work for Allstate.